So yesterday evening at about 9:17 p.m. in the confines of the 122nd Precinct at 25 Hilltop Terrace, we have a Francisco, otherwise known as Frank Cali, exits his residence. Mr. Cali is widely reported to be associated on the internet and newspapers and prior writings to be associated with organized crime. He exits his residence, has a conversation with an individual where approximately 12 shots are fired, with at least 6 striking the victim, causing his demise. Needless to say, with the potential organized crime angle to this story, it gets the utmost importance to the NYPD and the entire Detective Bureau. Within the confines of the 102nd Precinct, the genesis of them getting there was essentially our understanding is that he was home with his members of his family. I won't go into individual members. He exits his house. There's a conversation, and it's a little preliminary, and there is video accounts of what took place. I won't get too deep into it. But whether it was an altercation or a conversation, that remains to be seen. But he has a conversation with an individual in front of that residence, and that individual at some point in time, it's only about a minute into it, pulls out a firearm and shots are fired.
Tips or information, like was she witness to the homicide, or was it just, I know there's a body here?
Certainly we're exploring what his prior life or current life has connections to the incident last night. It also could have nothing to do with it. So we are at a very preliminary stage. We are ruling nothing out at this point. We are working very closely with our federal counterparts that we work with every day, quite frankly, as well as our criminal enterprise division and our local homicide squads. These are, in fact, remains. We have a number of jobs that takes place in New York City where he walks out of his house. What prompted him is part of what we're trying to discern now. Whether he had prior knowledge that somebody would be out there. Did he expect somebody to be out there? We know that there was a vehicle accident in front of the residence. We believe that the victim's car was struck, and that's part of the investigation as we move forward. Mr. Cali was struck several times by gunfire. In trying to elude additional gunfire, fled to the rear area of his private vehicle, and somebody probably thought he was run over, but it was more that he was trying to get underneath the truck to elude gunfire. There's been a number of, not a lot, but a couple incidents. I would categorize it as more than we generally have seen in the last couple of years, and all of this will be part of the investigation going forward. What, if any, of these incidents are there connections or not? And it would be too preliminary to say that they are.